The ABS sensor on this Volvo S60 2001 to 9, they are really reliable, so they don't go bad, with one exception. When you work on the suspension, that's the wire from the sensor, and you just perhaps let the suspension hanging by the wire, when it's stretching here, even if it doesn't look broken, it's just damaged the sensor, and then you get the ABS light, and I guess a code for it. So careful when you work on the suspension, never pull on that wire. Also, when removing the sensor, never pull to remove it from there. I'll show it in a second. But just wanted to show where are exactly the connectors for the sensor front of the car. That's the right actually side. The left side sensor sits, basically they are connected right near the top suspension top. So that's the other sensor. The wire kind of gets attached in there. You see, I just pulled it one. I'm getting one for spare. It's kind of annoying to detach this small attachment, so rather I detach the larger clips from I think that's the power steering hose it's attached to, and just slide it down from there. Then you have obviously this sometimes this strut mount. The way to attack, and there's also another mount right there. The way to attack this one, again, you don't want to pull on the wire. I just grab it with both hands and just kind of roll it and push it out. Roll and push out. Same here. This one is plastic, brittle, pretty easy to break. So these are really annoying. It's really hard to undo, but don't just pull on them, roll it. And that's how it comes out. Now this one came out really easily from there, but the proper way, normally they are pretty much stuck in there. There is a 10 or 8 millimeter bolt that secures them, and if they are stuck, I mean they are usually stuck, so never pull on this wire. That's when the problem comes. It's kind of damaging the wire inside, you won't see it outside, so never pull on it. Grab a flat screwdriver and look here underneath. I don't think the camera will get it properly, but underneath the let's see if you can see, just on top of the CV joint, you will see the tip of the sensor right there under the hub or the spindle. Just insert a flat screwdriver and pry on the top of the sensor, and that's how we pop it out from there. Comes out. So pry here at this point, never pull. You can grab one from the junkyard just for spare, you never know. The front ones, I think the part number is different, but basically it's just a little bit the length of the wire is different, but they can be switched size, no problem. The rear one, it's a little bit a little bit trickier. I don't really know if they are the connector seems different. Let's just see. Now there, I'm at the junkyard, so it's easier to see. Yeah, the connector is different, not the same at all. That's the rear one connectors, that's the front one. So anyhow, the wire I think is different, so you won't be able to interchange them. But let's just check the rear one. Now, far as you can see, this guy here, it's attached again at the spindle, has a screw there, and I believe, I didn't do it, but I believe once you undo this screw here, it will come out. If it doesn't, I will tell you, and I'll post a comment in the video. I'll try it afterwards. Now the wire goes there, it's attached again, kind of attachment, the cell temp rolling out. There's 2-3 clips in there. Just careful not to pull too strong on them, they are easy to undo. And then it goes up, and what you see there is the top of the gas tank. Basically the wire of the sensor goes on top of the gas tank on both sides and comes through. You need to remove the rear bench, the seat, just the bottom portion. I think it's clipped there and there. It just basically you grab it strongly, you get inside the car and just give it a nice kick and pull at the same time. It will just pop up from there, and then you slide it towards the front of the car. But let me get to the wire. You get, this is a 2003, by the way, a gasoline, non-turbo. I'm not sure the gas tank is the same on all years. On the other side you get again the same cover. I'm starting to think that you may not have easy access to this cover because of the upper portion of the seats. I think the guy who worked here basically, yeah, I cannot remove it. So this seat will be pretty much like here, and I think it's going to cover the access cover. So I guess you are pretty much in a job to undo the rear upper portion of the seat, and that's not fun. There's kind of attachment here. I'm not doing the video about it now, but anyhow, just to say that the wire from the ABS sensor, this someone cut it here, comes through this hole, so you don't have to touch the fuel pump, anything. Just there's kind of a gap here, and I guess it's going to be a gap there. You see the wire? That's the wire on the underside for the sensor, and that's the clip, the electrical connector for the sensor on the left rear side. So again, the wire comes there through this passage. Basically you need to undo 3-4 screws for bolts to remove that cover, and the wire goes right there. It's connected here. So I noticed also that the right rear side has a green connector, the other side has a gray connector. I'm not sure why, they seem pretty much the same size, but these are the rear sensors. So rear sensor is not exactly easy to do. On the left side, I think it's so much easier because you just remove the bottom part of the seat. That hole sits at the bottom, but on the right side, the hole it's underneath the upper portion of the seat, and I don't know how to get how you are going to get to it. Can you just flip it and have access to all 4 bolts? I'm not aware of that. But this is it, guys. If you wonder, careful with the wire. If you work on the suspension, don't stretch this wire. You know now why, because it's going to be a little bit of work to replace the sensor. Thanks for watching.